Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we got to talk about Nike stock because they report earnings in a couple of days and we got to see, are they a buy before the earnings? Because we're going to be doing a deep dive into their financials. I'm going to be showing you what the analysts are expecting for their earnings, and all eyes are really on this earnings report because check out the two previous earnings. They fell like crazy. They had these two huge gap downs. I mean, look right here, and we're actually filling the previous gap of the previous earnings, which is a good sign to see. But anyway, this company right now is already a super profitable company. You know, they have massive stock buybacks and they pay out a dividend. So already Nike isn't super speculative. The valuation is a little fair right now. I wouldn't say that they're exactly undervalued, but I'm going to show you why. I'm going to be giving you my bull case for the company and my bear case because I don't just want to be a perma bull. And I'll show you what I mean about the company being at a pretty fair valuation. So check this out. According to this website, they're trading at a forward PE ratio of 27, which isn't exactly super cheap, but I'm going to show you why later. This is what I was reading in the Seeking Alpha article later, that Nike is actually trading at 24 times expected EPS. And let me quickly show you all of Nike's popular stats that are the real juice of this video. So check this out. They have a huge market cap of 146 billion, but right here they have a dividend yield of 1.52%, and the dividend payout ratio is 43% based off the trailing 12 months of their earnings per share, which is net income. And they also have, like I said earlier, have a crazy stock buyback where they've bought back 2.45% of the entire company in the previous year, the trailing 12 months, on top of the 1.52% dividend. So your total shareholder yield is 3.97%, which is crazy. And we can see their free cash flow yield easily covers the shareholder yield, which includes the buybacks and the dividend cost. So that's a great sign to see. And we can also see that their return on invested capital is 19%, which is one of my favorite metrics to look at, that they can invest new capital at a 19% return. And I also want to show you what the analysts are expecting. Let me go back to the Seeking Alpha article. So at $95 per share, right now they're at like 97. Nike's trading at 24 times expected yearly EPS of $3.88. And I can show you that that is accurate because if we go to the EPS expectations right here for the full year of 2024, the average was $3.78 and the Super Bowl is $4. And remember, this one is $3.88 and they say at $95 they're trading at 24 times earnings. But I want to go out and do a multiple based off 2028's earnings. I know this is a bit forward looking and it's not financial advice, but let's go a super conservative multiple based off this $5.06 per share. So let's actually pull out the calculator and do $5.06, which is what they expected. And then what multiple do we want to do off this? Because Nike today trades at a forward PE ratio of 27. So let's actually just do a 27 times multiple on this. So times 27. So that means a very low, very conservative share price for 2028 is $136. That's like a 40% return from today because it's at $97, but that's on a super bearish. Now let's go ahead and get a little bullish. Remember, not financial advice. This is all for fun. $5.91. And because this is our super bullish case, let's go with the higher multiple of like 29. So that means a super bull price for Nike would be $171 based off what the analysts are already expecting. So it's not like I'm making up these numbers. This is what the analysts are expecting right now. And this has shows you each analyst if you want to see for yourself. And this is also the price target. So on a very low end, there's a 12% downward return of $85 per share. And on the high end, $136. If we go back over here, it said as a positive valuation, Morningstar has a $129 fair value estimate on the stock, which is pretty cool to see. And it's also important for investors to know that Nike has total long-term debt of $9 billion, which is the bad stuff that you don't really want. But remember that $9 billion of total debt, but they also have $9 billion of cash, which is incredible. So remember this, they have the exact same amount of cash as debt. But here's what's impressive. So their cash position is up 28%, and that's after they bought back $733 million of their own stock. They didn't have to do that, but they chose to. And they also paid out $562 million of dividends to the shareholders. So they have all that cash after doing this stock buyback. And I love that they're buying back their own stock, because when Nike is buying back their own stock at this suppressed price, it's really good for investors. Like remember, this company is literally at where they were in 2019, which is pretty crazy. And the valuation makes sense. It's not like I don't understand it, because the forward PE ratio of 27, it makes sense to me. And here's another really cool thing. So because of the high interest rate environment right now, Nike has $9 billion of cash, and they're putting some of that in the treasury bills and the money market market funds. And if we look right now and scroll out, look, they used to pay a ton of interest, like $50 million a quarter because of their $9 billion of debt. Now they're able to keep some of their cash and put them in a risk-free 5% yield. Again, like I said, in those 1 to 3 week treasury bills or money market funds, which is pretty cool. And it made them $36 million of pure interest, pure, free cash flow for the company. And we can also see that their stock buybacks are really working. So you actually now own 2.45% of the entire company, which is crazy. Nike has bought back 2.45% of the entire company in the past year, just the past year, which when they buy back stock at these suppressed levels, it's super good for shareholder returns in the future. It helps EPS, it helps their free cash flow per share, which is what I love. Here's their EPS. Here's why Nike is really down. Their EPS or net income year over year is down 3%. After the year before, it was down 8.57%. So I kind of understand why Nike has fallen, but I love their growing dividend as well. And of course, they can easily afford the dividend. Right now, it's at 37 cents per share. If we scroll back to like 2018, 2019, it was only 22 cents per share. And so they are committed. Look, that's what I love about Nike. They're committed to returning capital to the shareholder through stock buybacks and dividends. And they're actually spending more money right now on stock buybacks than dividends. And I hope in a couple years that Nike will end up being the right move, because I think this is a lot less risky than all of those stocks aren't making money. Nike is already making a ton of money. They have a huge brand value. Like, because of Nike's huge worldwide brand value, everyone in the whole entire world, I feel like, knows about them. Shouldn't they deserve a premium on their forward PE ratio? Like, that's why their forward PE ratio is high. How much value can we give to their brand for their premium PE ratio? I don't really know. Let me know your thoughts on Nike in the comments. Again, I own 9 shares of Nike stock here in my Moomoo portfolio, where once I buy a stock in here, I'm literally never allowed to sell it. That's part of my channel and one of the things I do here just in this portfolio. I also have a Robinhood portfolio where I don't have that. I buy and sell stocks in here all the time. You can see every single stock that I own in here. I'm always transparent. That's what is different about my channel. I show you every stock I own, how much I'm up and down. I show you the real important numbers so you can get a better understanding for yourself. And so that way you can go look at the real financials of other companies for yourself. I like to show you the important metrics that make sense to me. None of this is financial advice. Don't buy or sell anything based off this video, but I just like to give you my honest thoughts on Nike stock. All eyes are on the next earnings report, and I guess this video will look pretty bad if they tank on earnings in a couple of days. But hey, if they go up on earnings, make sure to come back to my channel and celebrate with me, because I am a Nike shareholder either way, whether they go up or down. In the long run, I love the brand, I love the company, and that's why I own them as part of my buy and never sell portfolio. And with that being said, hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you leave a comment, I'll respond to every single one of them. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button.